Hey guys, Jen here. I am doing a tutorial this month on making body wash. We have been asked numerous times in the past if we can use our liquid soap for body wash. And yes, you can. But a lot of people like a thick body wash, and our liquid soap is not real thick. It's not a good consistency for body wash. So I did some research on the easiest way to thicken handmade liquid soap, and the easiest way, in my opinion, is with a saltwater solution. You can buy other items to thicken your liquid soap, but the saltwater solution by far is the easiest, most cost-effective, and everybody has it on hand. So I mixed up, this is just a little 2-ounce bottle. You can use any kind of container you have at home, a saltwater solution, and what it is a half an ounce of salt, regular table salt, just the cheap stuff, and 1.5 ounces of warm water, and I just shake it up until it's completely dissolved. You can just do it in a cup at home, whatever. Just do 1/2 ounce of table salt to 1.5 ounces of regular just distilled water. Warm water works better because, you know, it helps it of course dissolve faster. So I'm going to show you guys how this works. Now I've done a recipe here to add a few other additional items to the soap to make it a little bit more luxurious for your skin. And I have done several recipes. I'm going to hold this up here, right there. You guys can see these in the back here. I've done a lot of testing for what works the best. I'm going to zoom it in a little bit. And let's see. There we go. Alright, there we go. And as you can see, these all right here have like this film on top, and it's kind of like a little bit of separation. And I'll bring it closer so you guys can see that better. You guys see that big thick film, and these have been sitting for a few weeks. At least 2 weeks these have been sitting. And on the end here you can see this one is different. But yeah, so this one has a very little amount of film at the top that you can see, kind of like separation. And it's just different variations of the recipe I worked with until I was happy with it. Now, the difference between this one on the end and all of these is that this one has no additional oil added. These all have a little bit of additional oil added. And as you can see, for some reason, you know, adding that just a little bit additional oil, this one only has 1% additional oil, does affect the finished product. So, my final batch, this is the liquid soap. You guys can see, not sure if you can see the consistency there. Looks pretty nice and thick. My final recipe that I have come up with does not have any additional oil, but it does have some extracts in it. So what I ended up doing for this recipe is 95% soap. We have 2% of our fragrance. Let me back you guys back up, back down to where my stuff is. We'll have 2% fragrance, just 1% of your salt solution. Now you can of course make this thicker if you like. Just be cautious. A tiny bit goes a long way. I'm going to do 0.5% of aloe vera extract, just 0.5% of cucumber extract. I'm going to do 0.5% of vitamin E. Now that's totally optional. If you don't want to use vitamin E, you can add that 0.5% to your soap and, you know, change your recipe there. A lot of people just, you know, they like the vitamin E. Do I know if it does anything to this? I have no idea, but, you know, label appeal. is another thing. And then we're going to do a 0.5% of preservative. And germall is one of the recommended preservatives for a liquid soap because of the pH. It can handle the higher pH and it still work. Now, why am I adding a preservative to liquid soap that technically does not need a preservative? One is I'm adding some water to the liquid soap in the form of this saltwater solution. And two, I'm adding other ingredients besides just fragrance. So I'm running the risk of exposing my liquid soap, the finished product, to bacteria because we're adding other items. It's not just soap anymore. So I always recommend to add a preservative if you are adding anything else other than just fragrance to a liquid soap. So I'm going to mix up a 32-ounce batch. And now we do have these bottles available on Be Scented if you want to use these containers. It's a 16-ounce bottle and a pump. These are available on Be Scented, like I said, if this is something that you want to use for your finished body wash. Now, I have been using the body wash for 2 weeks now, and I have been using it as a shampoo as well. So has my husband, and I think my sister-in-law also has used it for shampoo. Now, I do use a conditioner with it, but I haven't noticed any craziness with my hair. No, like, real oiliness, nothing like that. My hair's been fine. Now, I do find that it makes my hair, like, squeaky clean, so I need the conditioner. So some people may find it to be a little too cleansing. I do have color-treated hair, but I also have oily hair. So, yeah, I've been using it as a shampoo. I actually really like it. But I do use a conditioner after. So, anyways, on to making this. I'm going to add the salt solution last so you guys can see the magic of it, how it thickens this. Now, I did work in grams because I'm using such a small amount, like a 0.5% of things. So, I am working in grams just to be a bit more accurate. So, for 32 ounces, it's a total of about 907 grams. So I'm going to change my scale over to grams. So we're going to do 862 grams of soap. Yes, it is 95% soap. And I guarantee you the stuff that you get in the grocery store, it is 95% or more of soap. All of those other additives are very, very minimal. So we're heading to 862. I also suggest to do at least 16 or so ounces because adding the salt solution and the other items is such a small percentage. It's kind of hard when you only are measuring like 4 grams of something. So it's best to do a little bit bigger batch. Don't shoot for doing like 8 ounces or something. Unless you have a teeny tiny scale. I do not have a teeny, well, I do have a teeny tiny scale, but it's not here. Now this is just the liquid soap that we carry here at Be Scented. I'm almost there. And I'm going to show you guys the difference. We'll show you what it looks like right now. Okay, made it. So as you guys can see, the liquid soap is not super duper thick. It's fine for like hand soap, stuff like that. But for a body wash, it's not that thick. Okay. I'll have to call them back. Okay, so, alright, so I'm going to tear my scale out. Now I'm going to add my fragrance. Now some people suggest, I did a lot of research, to go ahead and add your fragrance because your fragrance can naturally thicken liquid soap. and you may not need as much salt solution. So test every one. And as you can see, this is bourbon butterscotch. Look how dark that is compared to this. So keep that in mind as well. Your fragrance is going to play a part in your finished product. So I need 18 grams of fragrance. There we go. It had dropped back down to 17, so I had to add a little bit more. All right. Gonna give that a little stir. And also, this is going to be opaque at first. It's gonna have like a white color to it, but that will dissipate over time and go more a neutral color. All right, now I'm going to skip my salt solution so we add it last, and I can bring you guys in closer so you can see that. Let me bring the camcorder up. Okay, I think I got you guys like pointing down in there the best I can. All right, so I'm going to do my aloe extract and cucumber extract, and it's just 4 grams, very small amount. Okay, teeny tiny amounts. Now we're going to add our vitamin E. Okay, now I'm going to add my preservative. Now, like I said, the vitamin E is optional. I use my finger to stop the vitamin or the preservative because it's really, really thick and it kind of comes out. So it's just going to give this a stir. And now we're going to add our saltwater solution. Now, for the saltwater solution, I need 9 grams. You guys will see the magic happen. We're at 6, 8, 9. As you can see, very, very minimal. Look at that. See how much it's coating already. And I like to stir this for a good 30 seconds or more. Look at how thick we are. Just that 1%. Now you can test yours if you want it even thicker for 2% or 1.5%. And if you do, just be sure to adjust your recipe. But this is what I have used, and I really like it. It's a good consistency. It's not too thick. It's not too runny. I really, really like that. Hope you guys can see that well. Really coats my whisk. And that is it. That is my recipe on making body wash. So, for those of you who want to be able to make body wash, you now can, using our liquid soap. You guys can see big difference in the thickness with this. And then you just put it in your container of choice. Like I said, we have these available on Be Scented if you want to purchase these. And there's a 16 ounce. I put 16 ounce in each of these back here. There we go. You guys can see that now. I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial on how easy it is. We do have the aloe extract, cucumber extract. We have all those things on Be Scented. The only thing I don't have is vitamin E. Like I said, that's completely optional whether or not you use that. So that's it for this video. I'll talk to all of you later. Bye.